Hi, in this episode, we are talking to Priyanka. Priyanka is the founder of Machine Learning India. Welcome to the show, Priyanka. Just so that everyone know who you are, can you in, who you are and what you do?
Yeah, thank you for having me on your show, Nitin. I think it's my privilege to be here, in fact. And like everyone knows, my name is Priyanka. I am the founder of Machine Learning India. I studied information technology. I'm a graduate in information technology. I completed my engineering just last year, and whole of my profile has mostly been into business and brand strategy and marketing and building consumer communities online. But I was very passionate about machine learning while I was at college, and that's exactly why I decided on to building a huge community of machine learning enthusiasts in order to guide and mentor them and show them the correct path to pursuing a career in this field.
That's really interesting. Just so that people outside India know what Machine Learning India is, can you just briefly explain what it is, and then what can someone who's subscribing to the post, what can they achieve from this platform?
Okay. So, Machine Learning India is a community of over 230,000 people across India and the globe. Uh, we at Machine Learning India believe that India has the potential to position itself among leaders on the global technology map. And there's a lot of advancement in machine learning and AI out there, but its stage in India is very, very nascent, and we believe that it sort of provides India with an opportunity to define its own brand of AI leadership. And you see, there's a lot of gap between what the industry actually demands here in India and abroad, and what students are being taught at colleges, especially in a field like technology, where these advancements take place at a very fast pace, and there are new technologies coming in every single day. It's very difficult to keep up with the pace, and this results in a lot of skill gap, and that is exactly what we are trying to present, or we're trying to create awareness. And the goal of this community is basically to reduce the skill gap, at least in India, by building a vibrant AI ecosystem and talent pool in the country, so that India gets to have a take in the global AI revolution. And how we pursue the goal is that we try to democratize technical education, quality technical information, and make it available and accessible to all. Anybody joining the community, anybody joining us on our social media handles, on all the platforms we are present in, can expect a lot of good information, can expect a lot of guidance, mentorship, can expect a lot of networking with members which are already present in the community. So anybody who wants to learn, who wants to excel, who wants to explore the field of machine learning or AI or data science, or wants to get in touch, network with people that are present in the industry and are a part of our community, can join in, and the community is basically for all of these things.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It's called Machine Learning India, but it's not the idea and the things that you can get out of it. Anyone all around the world can subscribe to it, and mainly the main important thing is connect with other people, isn't it? Networking is everything.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah. So can you briefly explain? Do you organize any like networking events or meetups or anything like that through this platform?
True, true. So Machine Learning India was founded in 2018, and 2019 was when we really started conducting offline events per se. So we had our first event in March. It was a workshop on mathematics for AI. We had a good number of participants, and it was a very successful workshop for the first one. And since then, we've had around 8 to 12 good events. But in fact, we also had a few events lined up, but we definitely will be having a lot of webinars and interview sessions with prominent leaders in the machine learning and data science industry, and people can expect a lot of interesting stuff coming up.
Oh, that's really good. So coming back to my point again, like if it's like online, like webinars and things, people all around the world can participate, so they can really benefit from different people who are coming into this field. Because the main thing that people have when as a beginner is like so much information, where to start, things like that. So if they can network to people, ask questions, and then get that answer, then that'll be really helpful. So on what platforms is machine learning India operating on? I know it's predominantly on Instagram, but are there other platforms?
Yeah. So we got started with Instagram actually, but then we also got started with LinkedIn. We have a great Telegram channel with over 36,000 subscribers. We have gotten started with YouTube. We'll be very consistent with posting videos up there, interview sessions up there very soon. Apart from that, we're also present on Twitter, as well as we have a meetup group.
Okay, so anyone watching this podcast, I'll make sure that I'll post the link underneath the video, so anyone can go and subscribe to this channel, and then make sure to get that all the useful tips and advices that comes through this channel. So what, in your opinion, someone start off into data science, there are so much myths and conflicting information around. So what is your advice to people? What are some of the pitfalls that people should avoid when starting into data science?
Okay, so how I think about it is what I advise people is that yes, there's a lot of hype around machine learning, data science, big data, AI, and it's going to be there. Okay, despite of all the hype, there are only a handful few which can actually do machine learning or actually can do AI. And because of all the hype, a lot of people jump into it without giving it a second thought. I personally believe in pursuing a career in a field you are passionate about. So it can be website development, it could be application development, could be networking, security, databases, could be anything. But it ultimately depends on you. Do not jump into the field just because a lot of other people are doing it, right? So passion plays an important role here, especially if you see yourself doing machine learning, playing with data 10 years, 20 years down the line. That is when you should actually take up the field, and not because a lot of your other friends are pursuing certifications in the same, or you see a lot of money in the field, because passion is what will keep you going. So this is the first thing you should consider. The next thing is that there's a lot of information available up on the internet, but people do not know the right path. And in fact, there's no right path as such, because you talk to any data scientist or any successful data professional, they're going to be telling you a different story, right? So everybody has a different story. There's nothing like the best course or the best podcast or the best video tutorial that is going to help you excel in data science or machine learning per se. You have to find out what is best for you. You have to experiment. You have to try out different courses, because everybody has a different learning methodology, right? So I might like the video lectures of a certain professor because it really goes well along with him, but someone else might not. So here, what is important is for you to experiment, to eliminate, and then to evolve. So this is the strategy you should follow. And apart from that, yes, there are some good people in the industry you can network with. You can take some mentorship, you can take some guidance from these people, and of course there are a lot of other free resources becoming increasingly available up on the internet. You don't have to take up expensive certifications to prove your worth, or you don't have to stack up a pile of certifications to prove that you can actually do some data science. What is important for you is to really understand the underlying concepts and be able to apply it to problems, because that is what the industry is actually looking for. They're looking for value, they're looking for problem solvers, they're looking for critical thinkers. Tools and technologies are things that some easily learn, or someone can easily adapt to with time. But problem solving skills, creativity, imagination, that is something that takes a lot of time, to develop inside of a human being. So these are the qualities someone should be actually working on.
Okay, so some lots of points there. They're really good points there. So you start with saying it's really important that first understand if this is the path you want to take. If you have the passion to go, don't go just because of the hype, because your friends are taking it, or because you hear that, or that you get a lot of the salary is really good. Only go for it if you really want to go for it, if you're passionate about it. So the second point really tied into my next question, which was I was going to ask about resources. You really explained it really well. Like everyone has different learning styles, so they can choose. There's no one size fits all. So if one video tutorial may be helping one person, if the other person may not be finding that helpful, he might be a bit more book oriented. So find the right resource, experiment with it, and then try different resources. And then you touched upon creativity, and then how you can the importance of networking and everything. So that's really important as well. In a nutshell, create your own roadmap, ask advice to the experts, and then find the right passionate job under the data science umbrella, because there are different roles. Find that role. It could be an analyst role, it could be a machine learning engineer role. Find that role that you're passionate, and then forward from there. So that's yeah. Thank you for sharing that insight. The next question is regarding you're a young entrepreneur who started machine learning in India. When we look at the percentage of women in data science, it's far less than the percentage of men in data science. So, what in your what is the reason for that in your opinion, and how can we bring more amazing women to data science like yourself?
Yeah, I think one of the primary reasons is lack of awareness, right? You see that a lot of women enter technology, right, the field of technology, but not a lot of women walk down the data science path. Now, awareness could be one thing, lack of training could be another, interest could be one of the reasons. Here, what we need to do is really educate our amazing, talented workforce, amazing women about data science and what it could provide them in terms of career, in terms of monetary benefits, in terms of work life satisfaction, and then there are a lot of other factors like it's a very male dominated field, so in terms of recruitment also there's some bias towards hiring men. And in fact the entire industry has to have some amount of changes done, and it starts with really educating people, honestly. The more we bring about awareness regarding this field, at least in women, train them properly, the more the scenario is going to change, is what I feel at least.
Okay, yeah. So that's more awareness regarding different data science roles, and also the companies takes the initiative as well to have that a good balance of men and women in organization, and then give more exposure. And then that is really important for bringing more people into this field, more women into this field. So as a beginner, if someone goes through the learning curve, they do a good foundation, they go to a course, and then they do some projects. And then at what point do they think, okay, I'm job ready now, I'm going to start applying for jobs? What, in your opinion, when should they start applying for jobs?
Okay, so let me highlight a few things beginners usually do, and then we can go on to what is actually right to do. And what happens nowadays is that data science aspirants complete one or two popular certification courses up on these platforms, and directly start applying for internships and expect companies to offer them jobs at entry-level positions and internships per se. But here, what is important to understand is like any other field wherein you have to have something to show on your portfolio, some end-to-end application that you've developed, some website or some project or some open source contribution that you've made, um, something that you've deployed up online, or some project you've done. It is important for you to have something to showcase, right? Projects are a very important part. In fact, a lot of successful data scientists will tell you that certifications are very little worth, and industries do not place a lot of emphasis on these certifications nowadays, because they want problem solvers, right? They want people that can provide value to their organization. Companies are not going to hire you for them telling you what to do. You should be telling them what to do, right? You should be solving their problem. So if someone wants to enter the field, what is important for them is to have a very, very good and robust project portfolio. So if you want to enter data science, you should have projects related to predictive modeling, classification, regression. You should have some projects related to exploratory data analysis to show, you should be experimenting with different data sets. You should be building end-to-end applications around data. You should be exploring the entire data science pipeline and not just the machine learning part. What a lot of students do is they use highly abstracted libraries, they import functions and get things done. But here you have to understand things and understand things from scratch rather, because importing a few functions from libraries which are already written by someone else is not doing data science. You should be really understanding what is happening to data, because let's say, you know, there are problems obviously which can be solved by libraries which are already made, but a lot of companies also prefer writing their own libraries for their own custom applications. So you should be knowing the underpinnings of all of these things, and it can only happen when you've done things yourself and you've done things from scratch, you've developed things from scratch. So this is important for beginners to focus on. Apart from that, I think if you focus enough on simple machine learning and data science, it's better. Do not get into deep learning unless and until you're really passionate about it. So this is something beginners to understand. Apart from that, it is also important for beginners to keep sharing their progress, right? Being good at something is great, but not marketing your skills enough is absolutely of no use, right? People around you should be knowing of what you are doing. People around you should be knowing of what you are good at, right? You should be interacting with people that are there in the industry. You should be sharing your achievements, your whatever certification you've done. You should be sharing your learnings every single day. If you have done a project or you are working on a project, it is important for you to actually make good pointers out of what all you have learned from the project and put it up there on LinkedIn, or put it up there on GitHub, so that people can look up to you, people can connect with you, people can find out what all you have been up to. And all of this plays a very important role. It's all a part of building your data science portfolio.
Okay. Yeah, that's really important. Like when someone's an employer sees a resume or a CV where one has got lots of certifications and the other one has got some links to their GitHub profile, which has lots of projects. Obviously, the person with the GitHub profile will get the call because he is showing the employer like what he can do. So it's really important not to get stuck with certifications. You also need to make sure that you have a good project portfolio that you can showcase. And I like what you said about it's not just about just writing some functions. You need to make sure that how can you just demonstrate you can do like the whole end-to-end machine learning pipeline, like getting the data, doing EDA, doing some feature engineering, then selecting, not just selecting a model straight away, just try different models to see which works. And then moving on from there, even if you can't just measuring the efficacy, all these things, if you can just write some code and then showcase it like, okay, I understand what I'm doing, then that makes it more credible. And exactly what you like what you said about deep learning as well. If something can be solved with simple linear regression, don't overcomplicate it by
Exactly.
using deep learning. So it's really important that people follow that path of um, not just certifications but projects as well. That's really a good um, advice. So we are almost at the end of our time. So I'll quickly ask a couple of questions. So how can people find you? How can people connect with you? On which platform people can connect with you? Is it predominantly LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn is a good platform to find me. Apart from that, you can also drop an email on my email ID. What you could do is you could also put up a message on Twitter.
Okay. So that's people who just want to connect. Anyone who watching who want to connect with Priyanka, make sure you do on LinkedIn. And then if you have any questions you want to ask Priyanka, make sure to send an email. So if you were asked to just give one advice to aspiring aspirers in data science, so one main advice that you could give, what would that be?
One advice would be to hit the ground running. I've always said that the traffic lights of your life are never going to be green at the same time, and the stars are never going to align. Despite of all the adversities, what is important for you to pursue a career in this field is just get started. There's nothing like a perfect time, or there's nothing like a perfect pathway. Just do what you have to, and you will figure it out eventually.
Okay, so that's great advice there. Yeah, that's really important. Like many people, it's like perfectionism is the enemy, isn't it? Like they just want to study everything before they start. So um, just learn enough so you can start doing a project, and then when you're getting stuck, just go back and relearn those things, and then do that iteratively. So it's really important that that you start rather than thinking of like, okay, I need to learn everything then start. That's not the right way to do it. So that's really great advice. So thank you, Priyanka, for being on this episode. It was really nice talking to you. Learned a lot about machine learning India and how it's helping the aspirers. And all the best with your all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Nitin, for having me. And I really hope that this video reaches a lot of people. Your channel reaches a lot of people. You've been doing a great job. And I want to wish you all the best.
Thank you.